Hello?
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 Who might this be?
This is Debonair's Pizza. Can I take your order, please?
I thought I was at Nando's. Roscoe,
Nah, bro,
how
wrong
are
number.
you doing, dude?
What's up, my guy? I'm chilled,
You chill?
just hanging out.
Being all British
Yeah,
and
bro.
stuff?
Being all British, mate.
Sounds like you're from London. Roscoe, thank you so much for
Yeah, man.
your time tonight and tuning in with us. And something just dropped. Hold on.
Of course, my guy.
Yeah, sorry. I just
Always a
dropped
good time.
Roscoe because I've been too lazy to redo my setup so that the phone works through my desk. So you dangling in front of a microphone while you're talking to me
That's
tonight.
fine, that's fine.
Roscoe, my dude. Again, thank you very much. I would like to give you the opportunity to take a couple of minutes real quick and introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen from the world out there. And yeah, man, I'll give you like however long you need.
Alright, well, for those who don't know me, I'm Roscoe, as Francis said. Make a bunch of noise in various different projects, mostly based in South Africa. FiveSidedDice being the one that's probably most active. Then I've got Undead Generation for the punk fans. Got White Picket Offense for the hardcore fans. Fear the Tides for the metal fans. Coastal Clones for all the stoners. And then I just kind of cruise around and make a lot of different noise at various venues and pubs across mostly South Africa. And now also tomorrow night I'm performing in the UK again with Alex Caven, who's also a South African.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, music is my thing, and it probably forever will be.
That's great, man. Now,
And that's about it.
short and sweet. Roscoe, you just spoke of two of your projects that I do not know. Something about waves and another one.
Fear the Tides. That's a little project
Tides.
that I started with. Well, I didn't actually start it. It was started by a friend of mine named Sean in Cape Town. And
Okay.
it's like melodic hardcore, bit of a metalcore and melodic hardcore kind of vibes. There's a few songs online. You can check it out. You're welcome to spin them on your show also. Fear the Tides. Check it out. Otherwise, Coastal Clones. That's more like a sort of a grungy stoner rock kind of vibe. We perform now and then in PE whenever the band gets together. Whenever we're all in the same place at the same time. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know the other ones, yeah.
Right. Undead Generation, I still owe you a YouTube video for that. Last year's On the Couch with Friends
Yeah,
episode.
that's hilarious. That one was quite a party. I remember that. That was
That was a
quite
good
funny.
one. That was a good one. And it's almost been a year, I think, since you guys toured up to Johannesburg and surrounding areas
That's
with.
right. We'll be back. Yeah.
That's good, man. I can't wait. I promise I'll have that video
Yeah,
out
man.
before you come back.
We'll watch it in the car on the way there.
yeah, we're gonna have to. Or you're gonna have to. Did you ever get that CV
Yeah,
joint
man.
sorted out?
Yeah, eventually we just kicked it around a bit. Well, pull over every now and then on the way back from Josie to P and just give it a bit of a scop and
There we
works
go.
brand new again.
Hey, man, if it works, it works. Kick it.
There we go.
Right. So
Yeah, man.
a bunch of projects. But tonight we're here for Five-Sided Dice.
That's right. Yeah, just dropped the new mixtape.
Mixtape, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Exactly, man. I got into the swing of mixtapes when I was very young. Also down in Port Elizabeth, because that's where I was born. I'm from Port Elizabeth. And then Earl and RGME also. They made freaking awesome mixtapes.
Yeah, man.
Like the hip-hop-y side of things, R&B kind of vibes. And,
Yeah.
man, mixtapes for the win.
Those guys are legends, bro. Those guys are absolute legends. Like, there's a lot of PE talent. Hip-hop, metal, punk, whatever, man.
Dude, you've got one of the best hardcore bands. You've got one of the best metal hardcore
Yep.
bands.
We do indeed.
we can-
Boiling Point, Ghast, all those guys,
Silent
man.
Degradation, Mezzanine Floor.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you're going like back. Yeah, those guys
Dude,
are badass,
Mez is
dude.
going
Yeah, there's some
full
good
on
history.
again.
Yeah,
And,
they're making quite a good comeback. I'm so excited to see
dude.
them live again, man. Sure.
Absolutely. They would have played Untertage this year, but unfortunately due to personal constraints, they're unable to. Very sad, very sad. So now we've only got 20 bands,
Yeah.
not only 19 and not 20. We decided not to replace them. They're irreplaceable.
Damn right.
Right, let's get back to Five-Sided Dice. Roscoe, backstory to Five-Sided Dice. How did it start? Why did you decide to go into that field of, shall we say, genre or subgenre What
You
provoked
mean
you?
the lack thereof? The lack thereof genre. I don't think there is one specific. That's the one project I have that's just kind of all over the place, man. It is
Yeah,
such a mess sometimes, and I love it. I love it.
it's
I love it
beautiful. I
for
love
it.
it.
But I mean, that started obviously when I was small, man. When I got probably my first electric guitar from Cash Crusaders at age 13. You know, those crappy Rickmiller
Sanchez.
guitars. Well, now they make Sanchez. Yeah, back then they had Rickmiller. Those things were equally just as wonderful, just as wonderful. You know, I don't want to talk shit down on Cash Crusaders. That's a good shop, man. Yeah.
They serve a purpose.
So yeah, yeah, it all started there, man. And then I just started writing songs from that age, and then I only started recording and releasing some of those songs late into my later teens, 18 or 19 years old. And I just kept it going. I just kept writing music and releasing music, and a lot of the music I write for that FiveSidedDice project actually gets performed with Undead Generation or Coastal Clones. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's helped the songwriting process with my bands too. Made things a bit easier. Got a
Right.
starting point, you know.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, just keeping it going, man. I don't think I'll ever stop writing music. It's just, you know, it's out of compulsion now. It's not even it's just that I have to do it. I don't really have a choice anymore.
Right.
You know, if I don't, I'll explode or something. Yeah.
That's it. Look, at least we know you won't go broke because musicians don't make money.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely not doing it for the money. That's definitely not the case. I mean, the gigs sometimes pay really well, but that's the gigs. If you're talking streams, I'm sure you know how it is, like in terms of money
Oh,
for
absolutely.
streams. Like, you know,
No, absolutely.
it's
That's why I
peanuts, my guy.
boycott
Unless you're
Spotify.
like, you know, yeah, unless you're like a rock star already, or like, you know, Bring Me the Horizon or Taylor Swift or something. It's like you'll make money off it then. You know, you'll get by on that, but. Yeah, it's difficult, man. It's tough out there, you know.
Roscoe, you spoke about the band just before. FiveSidedDice. Who are you consisting of?
FiveSidedDice is literally just me, my guy. At the moment, it is just me. I do have an idea in my head of turning it into a live project at some point, but incarnation, it's just been me behind everything. The composition, the composing, the writing, the recording, the mixing, mastering, the release, distribution, everything. And then I play a lot of the songs acoustically at solo gigs. Otherwise, as I said earlier, a lot of the songs get played by my band's Undead Generation or Coastal Clones. So it kind of feeds into those, but FiveSidedDice on its own is simply just it's a catharsis for me. It's my point of expression where I just do whatever the hell I want. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a really crap thing, you know. It's like all the crappy ideas that your bandmates would normally be like, "Hey, dude, that kind of sucks." You know, you're like, "Nah, it's great. I think it kicks ass," and you put it in. You know, it's sometimes good to have a team with you. One of my friends once said that, and I was like, you know what, screw you, dude. I'm just doing what I want to do.
Oh, fantastic, dude. The EP that's coming out by FiveSidedDice. Right.
You mean the one that already dropped? I've got one planned for later on, but the one that Letters to the Devil just released. There's another one in the works, but that's still very down
I'm
low.
jumping the gun
Did
now.
I tell you about that?
I'm pretty sure you
Keep it on the devil.
I didn't say anything. No one heard nothing. The stream just broke up. Oh, man.
But Letters to the Devil just released. The new one, Letters to the Devil, dropped I think it was about a week or two ago. It was at the end of last month, right at the end of last month. The latest one just dropped, Letters to the Devil. And that's also a mixed bag, as my usual, you know, mixed bag of genres. There's a bit of punk rock and skate punk, and then it goes into like new metal and rap metal or metalcore, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then it goes into folk and indie, and then it goes to blues rock, and there's all kinds of crap going on there, man. It's a mixed bag. So if someone's in for like a roller coaster, that's it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, okay, it's Letters for to the Devil, right?
Letters to the Devil, yeah.
Yeah. So and like you rightfully say, it's a bit of a mixed bag. And if you don't mind, let's run through the tracks real quick, okay?
All right.
Thank you for the metadata in the tracks. I appreciate it.
It's very helpful, I know.
It helps, especially when I drag it into my software. Then I can actually see it's not just master 1 through to 6.
Yeah.
You know.
No. I love metadata and ID3 tags. That's you have
to.
the same boat on that.
You got to, man.
Yeah.
Now, the way that it's queued tonight, as I imported it, it starts with Corrupting Souls for a Living. Very short one, is 2.5 minutes. Tell us a little bit more about that.
That song is a little bit of a pop punk fusion, kind of a banger or a bopper, as you may call it. A little punk rock tune with a kind of upbeat tone, very melodic. Written about, it's kind of setting the tone of the EP, of like the story of like this anti-hero,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just living this life of chaos, and they're realizing, what am I doing for a living besides, if you have a day job, your day job, or whatever you're doing. He's corrupting souls for a living, in the sense of like he's a bad influence, and he's like, chaotic and all this crap, and he's just going to hell, man. he's just saying like, yep, he's going to hell, and he's almost celebrating the fact. He's laughing at it. He's like, ha ha ha, I'll see you there, kind of thing. So it's just a short little introductory tale that'll set the tone for the rest of the EP of this character that is, kind of accepting his fate and just saying, yeah, I'm outcast and I'm gonna join the depths of hell very soon, or some shit like that, Yeah, that's just kind of what it is. It's just the introductory track to set the tone right, you know what I mean?
So, how often do you write about yourself? I see what I did there.
That was sharp, I won't lie. Well, it is. I suppose, yes, it could be inspired by a little bit of introspection of like, what the hell am I doing with my life, kind of thing.
Right.
So in a way, yeah, it could have been what is the word for it, man? When you don't realize you're writing about something specific, and then it's, you actually are doing exactly that. But I mean, the concept itself of the EP, the tale. There are some parallels, I guess you could draw between like my life and in many of the songs and stuff, but it's mostly based on this fictional idea, this fictional character.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you could definitely draw parallels there between obviously me being the composer and songwriter and storyteller, and then the character himself. Yeah, you're right there, actually. Spot on.
Love it, pal. Thank you for that. Now, it's someone corrupting souls for a living, going to hell, which brings us to the second track, Hellbound. Does it flow into that as part of the story?
Technically, yes. I mean, not only did I attempt to make it sonically flow into it, if you listen closely to some of the tracks with headphones on, like full blast, like I normally listen to music, you'll hear there's a sort of a crossfade with the drums ringing out and bringing in the next set of drums, which are more electronic based and but more punchy. Yeah, more punchy. So it does flow into it, both sonically, and then also it's meant to flow into it as a story. It's a continuation of everything that just happened, and now it's like boom, now he's on his way.
Nice.
It's like, and doesn't give a crap anymore. He's where he said he was going to be.
right Okay, that's Hellbound. Okay,
yeah.
I See Liars. We're going to touch on that real quick when we get to some shout outs. I see Jesse Switchblade from Deadline is here, but tell us more about I See Liars.
I See Liars is obviously, it's a giant play on words. The entire song is just a big play on words. All the lyrics are meant to be very, sort of silly, trying to be clever kind of thing, just like, it's like a silly little play on words, basically. A lot of metaphors and things. And it's almost a realization of like how other people's relationships are not comparable to our own with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And this character is kind of going through the emotions of like, oh no, I'm going to hell and I'm all alone, and all these people around me are stuck in these fake, relationships and friendships where everyone's like, not who they say they are. So they're all icy liars. And as he's, traversing down into the pits of hell, he's kind of realizing all this crap around him and seeing through it, seeing through the crap, Yeah.
Right. There might not be a set kind of theme to this EP. It's a mini album, right? Or is it an EP? Which one do you prefer calling it?
I would say it depends how we classify or define an extended play on an album. I guess an EP would be, the way I've always understood it, is an album is like at least 12, 13 tracks of, semi-decent length. You can sit down, have your supper, and, chill to it. And then an EP is like it's just too short to be an album and just too long to be a single. That's how I always sort of understood it. So like 5, 6 tracks, it could be anywhere around there. So I would say it's too short to be an album, but it's too too lengthy and conceptualized to be an EP. I guess it lays somewhere in between. I don't know.
All right.
It's an EP album.
EP album. So I'll
EP album.
I'll confess, right? So a bunch of weeks back, I went to the Oceans of Angels EP launch. And myself and the prof, we were sitting there and doing our thing and listening to the opening act, and I forget his name now. I spoke with him. Anyway, doesn't matter right now. And then On stage, Sheldon Horvatic, their vocalist and guitarist, said this is an EP launch, and on that day, I found out that EP launch, or EP, stands for extended play. So that's supposed to follow up on an album, technically. So a lot of people are dropping EPs without any albums, and that to me was something new. So it's good
I think the word and its meaning, and it's changed over time, like words do. They just kind of, they morph into new things, I think, with popular culture. I mean, nowadays we call any release an EP if it's around the length of like 3 to 7 or 8 songs, Right. Regardless of whether it was following from an album or not, we just kind of loosely use the word, which is kind of crappy. I guess it's lost its original meaning, but, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But now I've got one newer one. Right, a newer term that I discovered just the other day, courtesy of Ross Harding. Now, I don't know if you know who Ross Harding is.
He's a musician from, is it Joburg or Cape Town?
Originally Cape Town, then Joburg. Cool. Used to be with Black Harbour Blues Band down in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And but regardless, so he gets his PR done through Devographic, same as Deadline and Chaos Doctrine and a bunch of other bands. And when I got the PR mailer, it was labeled as a maxi single. So it's a
maxi single.
Maxi single. It's 3 tracks.
I haven't heard that in ages.
I've never heard it, dude. And I've been in music for the longest time. Hello, Mr. EP.
To be honest, I've heard it a lot throughout like my life as a music fanatic and avid listener and all that, but I've never known what the hell it meant. I always just saw it and I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like I know what that means.
So what I took from it, right, is that it is one solid track, one super solid track, supported by 2 other tracks.
Wouldn't that be a single though? Oh, man, I don't know.
It's a maxi single. So it's like a mood of a single supported by 2 others. But anyway, we digress.
A mood of a single.
Let me just grab these. There's a bunch of them over here. Okay, let's start there. Skywalker saying Five-Sided Dice is awesome. Thank you guys for introducing me to this awesome radio. Skywalker, thank you so much for being tuned in. I trust that we will not disappoint on any night. You also check out our 24/7 auto rotation. Like I said earlier, Jesse Switchblade from Deadline is in the house. He says, hey lads, awesome show. Just want to say you should check out Deadline. We totally a modern and original fresh take on metal. We have the best live shows, and I hope to see you guys soon. Absolutely, man. They got a brand new album coming out, Vitriol Inc. They're touring it. I think they play in Cape Town. One of their shows were cancelled, I think, for the album launch. Jesse, if you're still tuned in, let me know. But you can also check them at Untertage, the sequel. They will be playing on the 7th of May. They are our Sunday headliners. 3 days from the Friday through to the Sunday. Fantastic bands, great music, fantastic vibes, and we camp. And it's free camping, man. So for those of you that are tuned in...
Free camping, my dude.
Dude, last year was such a blast. People were hounding us through the last year. When. And this year we're bringing 19 bands, 5 DJs, alternative entertainment like Satan the Magician. He's going to be there. What a magician, let me tell you. And yeah, man, we're going to just rock out hard and heavy. So come check out Deadline at Untertage, the sequel. Miss Stevens says, hi, France. Untertage can't come soon enough. Neither can... Always got me. You see, I haven't said this in a long ass time, right? So what's Will Ferrell in Anchorman, right? So you know the movie. So and in Anchorman, he totally reads whatever comes onto the teleprompter. Now the screen in front of me with my shout outs pretty much works like that. I just read them and sometimes it's too late. Like I saw that Gene Simmons tried something silly earlier also. But I called sex coitus instead of, well, sex. Who else have we got here? Gregory, how you doing, Gregory? Gregory Floyd. Hey, just want to say thanks for the show so far. Really enjoying it. Currently on the night watch with my partner, Mr. D. Chauvin. Chauvin?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I try sometimes. On the neighborhood patrol. Keeping these streets safe to the tunes of Mr. France the Planet. Let's go! Thank you so much, Gregory, and partners, and all the people out there, not just the neighborhood watchers, but everyone that's giving a helping hand in a country that's burning currently. Jake Visconti. How's it, Jake? Thanks for being tuned in. Love you long time. Roscoe, missing you here in Port Elizabeth. Roscoe,
man.
I need to tell a joke real quick, and I do this very often when I've got people listening out of PE or guests on the show from Port Elizabeth. What is the new name of Port Elizabeth?
Kleiberga.
How do you spell that?
GQEBERHA.
No, you spell it PE. That's close. That's close, but no cigar. That was a joke courtesy of Casey Bliss when they were on the couch with himself and Evert Sneeman. But Mr. EP says, how about you drop these nuts? I don't know. What are they, cashews? Or is it just chews? Mr. EP, you want to know what's real solid? How about you headline?
What?
No. I saw this coming from a mile away. That's no pun intended. Let's get back to some music. Roscoe, our listeners want to hear music, pal, and not just talk about their ejaculatory preferences. Anyway, we've got parentals in the house. JD's in the house, JD Beard, and his parents. They're listening outside on a stoop somewhere. So I'm going to try and keep it clean now for like at least 3 minutes. Right. At least 3 minutes, okay?
Cool.
Yeah. So, how's about you telling me something to take me away, Roscoe?
That song, my one friend from America, he jokingly described it as the best butt rock song ever, which I loved.
Butt rock.
Because butt rock, like it's butt rock. As far as I understand, it's a genre of music, and it's kind of like a Breaking Benjamin or that kind of music, and it's called butt rock because like B-U-T-T, like a butt. And it's called butt rock because the radio stations in America, they always do that thing where it's like 24 hours non-stop, nothing but rock, and then it's like boom, Imagine Dragons starts playing, so they call it butt rock. So and compared to that, which I find hilarious, but like I took no offense. I thought it was great because some of those bands I actually enjoy. They're teenage favorites, but the song itself. It is inspired by a lot of early alternative metal, those 2000s kind of bands, and it's just a song about just wanting to escapism, trying to escape your current situations or your body or whatever you're gonna do. If you're gonna get blackout wasted or something, or just like meditate for 15 days straight or whatever you gotta do, man. But it's basically a song about escapism. Yeah, essentially that's what it is.
Fantastic. Now, before we carry on and talk about the last two songs off your new release, which tracks are we going to play tonight? I told you choose two. I know you did send it in the email. The email is not open in front of me right now. So let's talk about that. What are we going to play tonight?
I would reckon, as far as I understand, your audience is mostly metal fans, and there's not a lot of metal on this EP.
Let's call it alternative. Like there's
alternative. All right.
I mean, on Monday Night Metal Madness, that's metal to the max. Tuesdays are variety shows, and then Thursdays are Thursday Expose, and then Fridays, when I'm on Scotland Rocks Radio, then it's alternative again. Anything from, like I played earlier tonight, Philip Morgan Lewis, to what I'll play next week with Imperial Destruction, for instance. So it's a nice variety.
All right, no, dope. In that case, I think then, are we going to do one tune or two tunes?
No, we're going to do two. Give the listeners a bit of a variety.
Two, maybe then Hellbound and Something to Take Me Away. I think that'll be a good combo.
Okay, all right. We just spoke about Something to Take Me Away. We spoke about Hellbound earlier. How's about we talk a wee little bit about Muse featuring Standard Jack?
Oh, Standard Jack. That's one of my best mates, Gary Gossman's band. They're badass. They're completely awesome. So Gary Gossman and I have been close buddies for quite a while, many, many years. And he moved to New Zealand. He's currently in America, but he's got this band, Standard Jack, and they've also called them like alternative or alternative rock or something like that. But he's a brilliant guitarist. He specializes in just classic rock and roll, blues, and like thrash metal and heavy metal and stuff. He's quite killer on the fretboard. And I just thought, you know what, I need to do a song with this guy. We've never actually technically worked together. You know, we're both musicians. We both have projects. So I just hit him up and I was like, hey, dude, shred some crazy crap on the song. And he was like, sweet.
Nice.
and he did. And so he did. And then, you know, got it all together. And we're actually working on a playthrough video, which we'll be releasing in the next few weeks or so. So that's coming out soon, where you can see me and Gary, you know, recording our parts. And
Nice.
yeah, it's a song. It's a song about losing your inspiration once you lost everything, but the thing you miss the most is your inspiration, your muse. You know.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
trying to find inspiration in the emptiness. You know, once there's nothing left, you gotta. So the irony is writing a song about the fact that you're not inspired enough to write a song. So you know, it's a sort of
It's a catch-22.
songception. Yeah, songception.
There we go. Yeah. Songception.
Something like that. Yeah.
Now, Roscoe, before we get to the last track that we're going to chat about, She Lays Awake, you said you're performing in... Acoustic-y. Lekker, broer. Nice, broer. You said you're performing tomorrow night in...
Oh, I'm in Sutton in Ashfield. It's in the UK. It's a place called Fire Rock Brewing Company. It's free entry. It's going to be vibes the whole night long. It'll be myself doing some acoustic tunes, originals and covers. Alex Caven and these new guys, Josh and Brandon, I believe the name is. I think it's their debut actually, so they'll be opening the night, and then me and Alex will take the stage from there.
Oh, nice.
So if you know anyone in the UK, you know, hit them up and tell them to pull through and check it out. Grab a pint, mate.
In Asheville, Sutton. Is that what you said? Sutton, right?
Sutton in Ashfield. Sutton in
Ashfield.
Ashfield. That's the name of the area.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Now, with you being on that side of the pond, or that side of the equator, rather, did you have to, like, you performing, so I assume you need visas and those kind of things, right?
Well, my mum is actually a Brit. My dad's Afrikaans, you know, so I'm a Soti. My ballas is proper chilling there in the ocean, my guy, you know what I mean? Like, proper first generation Soti, my guy. British mom, Afrikaans dad, you know, that's what it is, so I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's very nice. That's very extremely nice. Pat says, I want to come. Please repeat where it is. I'll shut up.
It's in Sutton in Ashfield. That's the name of the area. The venue is called Fire Rock Brewing Company. And it's from 6:30 p.m. onwards, and it'll be 3 acts. We'll be performing tunes the entire night, acoustic, chilled vibes. I think the drinks are reasonably priced for the UK. They are very expensive, yeah. I've never spent that much on a brandy and coke in my life. But yeah, Sutton in Ashfield, Fire Rock Brewing Company.
There we go, Pat. If Pat, if you're being serious, get on through there and go give Roscoe a hug from us, okay? That'd be nice. And Roscoe, if Pat does go through, then do send us a selfie.
Okay,
yeah, give him a pat, man. In his McGroin.
I'll give Pat a pat.
Yeah.
right on the what?
On the McGroin.
Oh, Jesus. All right, cool, man.
I shit you not, dude. I'll send you a photo of what's happening on my screen. Okay, Pat says he's in... oh, it could be she or he. Pat says...
Yeah.
They're in Nottingham.
Nottingham. I think that's pretty close by. I don't know the geography of this place, man. I just got here, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Love.
How many counties are there? I don't know. I just got you, man.
Just got you. Ask a cricket player, because they play county cricket. Oh,
yeah.
Roscoe, wrapping it up. The final track that we're going to talk about tonight, She Lays Awake.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is she? Why is she laying awake?
She would be either the muse, which is mentioned in the following track, the closer, or it would be a previous relationship that was lost by the anti-hero, or all relationships, any friends or partners that had seemed to faded away, and you're only left with the memories of this person or these times, these feelings, and your inspiration you once had. So it's almost like a longing for what once was, and that could mean anything. That could be a time when you were chilling with your buddies somewhere. It could be, as the song puts it quite literally, like just blooming in bed with your partner, doing nothing. It's like those moments are sometimes more fun and more important than like being on stage and like being covered in sweat and having a great time of your life. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's the little simpler things that make you happier than what you think actually makes you extremely happy. You know what I mean? It could be, farting on your dog in bed, and that's your favorite memory, as opposed to the time that you were like floating on air because you met your hero.
Oh man, dude, it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so hold on a second. Sorry, I was listening, and that's why I typed wrongly. So now that I've got the correct info in front of me, right? So Nottingham City Centre, right, to the Ashfield district, Pat, is 14 miles via the M1 and the A610.
Oh, wow.
So that's about 30 kilometers, man. I drive further than that to work every morning. Right?
There we go.
Or you can
see you tomorrow, Pat.
There we go, Pat. Or you can take the A611, yes, and it's only going to be 12.6 miles, taking you a total of 29 minutes. Or you can take a bit of a stroll, then a bus, then an overland, and it's going to take you an hour. Okay? So either which way, I reckon, get a bicycle. You're going to get there faster than the train. But I don't know. Do you guys Uber over there, or Bolt, or Taxify, or what do you call it?
There is no. Where I'm currently living, there's no Uber, man. I catch bus to work and stuff. I mostly catch bus all over the place, or grab lifts with people. Yeah, it's public transport here is semi-reliable. It's definitely much better than South Africa's situation with public transport. I mean, it's very safe.
Mm-hmm.
The buses run pretty late most of the time, and I mostly rely on that, and it's pretty affordable. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Otherwise, cabs, which can get quite pricey.
You're so pricey, especially the black cabs in city centers.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, man. In the almost 5 years that I resided in the UK, like night buses and walking, those things got me home safe, and I never felt threatened, except for the one time I got into a bit of a
walking, my guy.
boxing thing. But let's leave
it happens.
It happens, man. It happens. It was a drunken
It happens
debauchery
sometimes, It's all part of it. It's all part of the fun.
All right, so thank you very much, Pat, for that information. She also just said that it's 30 minutes away from Nottingham. Also, that she's a lady. Thank you, and apologies if I caused any offense. But remember, offense is taken, not given. Write that down. Anyway, so that was very cocky, and I do apologize. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Roscoe, wrapping it up. Tell us, where can people find you? Social media, Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube, those kind of places. What are your handles? How do people get in touch?
They can find me literally almost anywhere by just searching for FiveSidedDice, one word, FiveSidedDice, or you can just search Roscoe Nefdt, Nefdt. But I'm everywhere on all the streaming platforms, music stores, social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc. FiveSidedDice, one word, and you'll find all my shenanigans and my music and my memes and my banter and my unhinged shitposting. You'll find it there.
You cannot miss it. Oh, pal.
Yeah.
Roscoe, it's been super. It's been real. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and telling us a little bit more about your projects, your music. I wish you all the best with your future performances in the United Kingdom or where else in the world you find yourself. We will have you back on the next release.
Hell yeah, man! I'll see you in around June, July when I come to tour in South Africa with Undead, man. I'll see you very soon. Don't you worry,
man. This time around, I'm gonna come to at least 2 of the shows. Okay.
Hell yeah!
Hell bloody yeah! Roscoe, we're gonna start off with your tracks, a double play tonight. I want to say the name, but I want you to introduce it.
You're playing Hellbound first, right?
That's the one, yeah.
Hellbound. Hell yeah, Hellbound.
Okay,
hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. Butt rock. No, that's not the butt rock song. No. But in all seriousness,
close enough.
Roscoe, thank you so much, pal. I hope you listen to the rest of the show as well as your followers that's tuned in currently.
Of course.
I love all of y'all. It's going to get mixed up. It's going to get heavy. It's going to get wild. But now, Roscoe will introduce his first track of tonight.
All right, guys, you're going to listen to Hellbound. It is a bopper. It's a jam. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you still enjoy new metal and rap metal. And just like me, you never outgrew your 2000s phases. Thank you so much, Franz. Love you lots, my guy.
Love you too, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, Five-Sided Dice.
You see, the truth is that everybody lies, everybody leaves, and everybody dies. The difficult part is just trying to decide which sort of demons you want to keep by your side. I'm going for the kind of parties online, with an appetite for destruction like a landmine. A bad chick with a nice fat ass and a lust for fights, lust to take it from behind.